like to share another auction find with you guys. It's called A Yard of Roses, and I picked this up. I think I ended up getting up to like $7 on it, but I know what I have and I plan to fix it the best I can. Now here's the damage that I plan to either kind of camouflage or repair. Repairs will be on the frame itself. I'm going to try to repeat the pattern, but I'm going to do it in plaster and replace these spots on the edges. There's another one there. And then this staining on it is just going to have to stay there. But I have a wonderful idea for recycling and reusing this old picture. I think you guys are going to like, so stay tuned. The mat is still in really good condition and the colors are still so bright. So I have got to come up with something. I am going to need to go through and remove all of the little nails. Areas like right there where it wants to flake. I mean, the writing is still bold. You guys realize this is like 18 something. This is an antique. So I'm really nervous, and that's the reason why I went and bought it, because I don't care what I have to do to restore this. It's going to be worth it. So I have some canvas that I had taken off of and cut down to create a different frame size for one of my other paintings. So I'm going to use a preservation method that I've used before, and I'm debating though if I want to use a decoupage or a weld bond watered down mixture. I'll let you know what I decide. I need to do a little bit more drying of a few samples before I go ahead and do it. Okay, so my form of preservation on this is probably overkill, but I am going to bond with weld bond for the back. Now it looks so nice and flat, and now that area that was flaking away, look, I can pick up and move. I just got to trim it up so it'll be pliable like that, but it's going to be protected now. It's got canvas. So I just got a little trimming up to do on that. This has now reinforced that quite a bit. Nice and thick. And let's see, yeah, that was that little spot where it had wanted to come off. And that's now on there and you can't even tell. So that's a wonderful way to preserve these beautiful old prints like this. This should now go for maybe a couple more 100 years by the time I'm done with it. Found a better way to press, like really heavily press this throughout the night and not be using books that could possibly get stuck or something to the print. I had these two big heavy panes, so I just got it pressed in between. So it should be wonderfully flat and married very well with the canvas on the back of it. So anyway, I'll let you guys see it in the morning. Alright, this is what it looks like after it sat on the heavy glass overnight. And the print is now still flexible. And no longer crumbling and falling apart. Okay, now that I'm done conserving the print, I want to fill in all the areas on the edge of the frame that are missing. So to do this, I am going to run hot glue along this rail and get a good section of it. And then from that, I'll take and cut my pieces after I pour my plaster mix into the mold that I'm creating from the hot glue. And then at that point I can cut down and create my pieces that need to get fit in from that. Okay, so to see when it's set, you kind of want to be able to see that you can pull your mold back from the piece you just poured. And it's going to release. See that? So I'm thinking I can probably get my first little cane taken out now. See, now that little jigsaw piece that I made to fit perfectly with that piece of glass, now it makes sense. It gives me that right height, thickness, and support. So when this goes back into the frame, that will become that missing piece of glass. done. So where the piece was broke, I fit in the wooden puzzle piece that I had created to give me stability so I could go ahead and put glass on glass. And what I did was I upcycled the old glass. Instead of cutting it down and using it on another project, I was able to salvage it and reuse it in its original item that it was part of. And I was able to put pieces in the frame and tie everything together, I think, nicely. The back of it turned out amazing. I just flipped that old back piece and it looks like it's all brand new. Sanded the edges, put all the stuff back on, and voila. It'll be ready to be passed down for another 100 or so years. It was worth my time.